Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. I did some traveling, got to visit family, which is wonderful. But I have to say, my brothers and sisters, you poets, I missed you all, every one of you. I miss the wonderful gift that you give us every week. So thanks. My dear sister, Susie, requested a poem I wrote for my
Yes.
daughter has undertaken the raising of a blind and deaf puppy. And that's an amazing bit of work. So I wrote this for her. I'm going to share screen for just a minute. Okay, here we go. Boom. And here is that little rascal. This is the puppy known as Polaris. Under a star, a brave puppy discovers where we are. What's up, pup? A puppy was born to find his way in a dark, quiet world, discovering in his wandering the pole star of love and all that above, to awake each day in a place silent and dark, an uncommon adventure not for the timid heart. He was found in a box by the side of the road with a litter mate beside him, and nobody showed, nobody would what this wonderful being had to show, selected, protected by an adopted mom who carried him everywhere against her heart for its song, because she wanted him to get a warm start, to know right from the beginning a warm, caring heart, aware of a heartbeat, aware he was cared for. So as he ventured out and faced his start and more, he began his journeys with a strong, brave heart. He would the great challenges dare. That was his start. Found by a roadside with a nestmate complete, these two little puppies adrift with such needs. There, in a box by the side of the road, fate might have dealt harshly. They might have been lost, but some great hearted humans refused to see him lost and took up the cost. Those we care for, those we allow into our heart, help us discover the part. Together we reach out and map out our lives, inventing the hard part, laughing and wise, watching this puppy as his world is unfurled, discovering a new world every day. How brave. There are rules for his work and rules for play. And his playmate Whiskey and two caring moms, he has a fresh adventure every day and two loving humans with which to play. Each day's new exploration, each day a new finding, and what karma reveals in each new day, truly astounding. So that's the tribute to Polaris. And it wouldn't be a Rick appearance without a little politics. So I offer you this. I spent some time with some very, very conservative people, and they played this awful talk show where the host kept mumbling about virtue signaling. And in case you're unfamiliar with the term, virtue signaling is a charge that these hard hearted people bring to us liberals because they say, we don't really believe that. We're just saying that stuff to make them feel bad. So I wrote this. Called virtue signaling. I wrote it in two parts. Part one, virtue signaling. Virtue signaling is a thing just to somehow gain all those would be saints a big brass ring. If virtue to you is somehow a kind of bummer, well, old friend, just get in line and take a number. The implication is, my friend, that you're just posing. And if that's the thing that you're nosing, but you old stick, don't give a hang. You're just out there doing your own thing. If it looks like virtue and sounds like it too, well, after all, isn't that what we're supposed to do? Pick up litter, feed the poor, care for the planet, be a good citizen, maybe a little more. Why not participate in We the People? Don't just hide out in some neighborhood steeple. The people's government needs your voice. And if you're too busy to share your views, don't be surprised at the daily news. And vote too. Not just once every 4 years round. Share your perspective. Who knows what'll be found? Of the people, by the people, no enemy here. But if your views are secret, what's not clear? In the exchange of ideas, we all might learn that perhaps your neighbor's views might give you a turn. Love your neighbor like yourself. Don't advocate for some damn evil elf. Signal virtue in civic life. Isn't its purpose just to reduce strife? But whether those who disparage virtue end up in Dante's inner circle, will they like compassion then, or will they hope for such gentle signals, friend? I heard a zealot denouncing virtue signaling, saying that anti racists are that thing. Don't aim for virtue. Lead the way no matter what those hostiles want to say. And if you aim for a better world, and if your banner says those words, if virtue signaling is a thing, exactly what does its opposite bring? And then this last one, my friends, I tell you, I'm preaching to the choir. I know it, and I'm preaching to the choir. But this is called Sinking the Stinking Censorship. Imagine a world that wasn't quiet, where new ideas were allowed to run riot, where fresh ideas were actually welcome, and nobody cared where they actually came from, where new ideas were actually valued, where new ideas weren't lost in the shallows, and our old friend science, who isn't blameless, and the old fuddy-duddies who block the future shall forever remain nameless. Our dear old science, which is self-corrective, met the latest ideas without invective. At least, brother science, if occasionally neglected, unlike religion where new ideas are rarely resurrected. Let's make a society where new ideas are actually welcome. That would smooth a lot of rough places, like a kind of talcum, where fresh ideas could actually compete, in a place where popular wisdom wasn't dipped in concrete, where it wasn't the market that kept the gate locked, where fresh ideas were not always blocked, where fresh ideas didn't have to wait. Let's aim for that world, my darling friends. Let's bust the average. Let's make amends. And while I'd like to finalize this adventure, sadly, I must report it's too been censored.
Well done, brave Sir Rick. Sinking the stinking censorship. I prefer the